Okay, so we're just gonna go over our intro again. I'm Sam,
I'm Caleb.
and we're doing a side-by-side comparison of the original Ratchet and Clank game from 2002, but the HD remake version, which is exactly the same, just slightly better graphics, and the new Ratchet and Clank that came out, depending on where you are in the world, just over a week ago or just a couple of days ago. We've both been really big fans of the series, and this is something we've wanted to do ever since this game was announced, just compare the two. So we're going to be basically non-stop streaming until we've finished them both, I guess. And this will all be online again at some point, probably on a YouTube channel somewhere. So yeah, just stay tuned for that. And what I was going to say was, this bridge is basically meant to be the same bridge either way. So yeah, it's just a good comparison point. So I guess we just charge ahead.
Okay.
Yeah, we accidentally didn't record the opening cutscenes for future use. So everyone watching this live is probably laughing at us.
Okay, I am recording. I had to check that it's actually recording. So that first turn is different.
I wasn't even watching. I was checking the stream.
So after this...
We're going to do a side-by-side death count comparison. That would be cool to add in post, actually, is to compare who died the most. And I'm already losing.
Is anyone in your chat?
I'm just waiting for the stream, because, you know, there is always a delay, and I'm just waiting for the stream to catch up and be like, huh, Sam died.
Okay, so over the bridge. Up. I guess it's, 3 jumps. And then this is much shorter. And then this has this whole little...
Wow, I'm klutz. The other thing is that these controls, they didn't feel particularly clunky at the time, and I guess that was because we just come off of games like Spyro where the movement isn't exactly ideal, but this felt smooth in comparison, whereas having just played the new Ratchet and Clank, where, there's been like 11 games and they've really refined the feel of the movements. You feel how clunky this first game is, and even then, actually, playing this game always felt clunky after having played Ratchet and Clank 2. So,
well, then the combat especially is
on this,
not a priority at all.
Oh goodness, I'm not looking forward to not being able to strafe.
They've had it every game since, but
this game,
except maybe all for one.
You can strafe with the thruster pack. But yeah, this game is hard, and it really makes you appreciate how far Ratchet and Clank has come. What gets me though is that we played the new Ratchet and Clank, and we were well aware of this original game, but there are going to be lots of people in that they would have come on during the PS3 era or never played one, or maybe it's their first Ratchet and Clank. And so
already we've diverted quite a bit of what we're doing.
Well, the thing is, I'm saving Clank, and you're going to Galactic Ranger tryouts.
So Captain Cork is a hero in the first one.
Yes.
Was there the Galactic Rangers?
The Galactic Rangers was, as a concept, was only brought in during Ratchet and Clank 3.
Was there something though? Some sort of... what did Captain Cork belong to? Or was he just an independent?
He was just a freelance hero. He was just a hero. Mr. Jackhat_legit asks, will you get in trouble for showing scenes from the movie?
Oh, maybe.
I don't know. Did Insomniac Games get in trouble for showing scenes from the movie?
We can just not show that. Or skip them. Skip them might actually be better in a way. Are we looking at story beats or...
in terms of lining them up while we stream, or things to talk about?
Well, I mean, we're probably better to talk to story...
We're not going to do story early on. We'll start talking story analysis later. Yeah, I've got a lot to say about that.
In a few hours, yeah.
Yeah.
But I guess, do we really need to show the cutscenes? Probably not.
I don't know. Cutscenes aren't too bad. One thing I would like to note is that even though they did graphically enhance the original Ratchet and Clank game on the PS3 remake, they couldn't go and redo the pre-rendered cutscenes. So what you're seeing now is much... this is basically what it would have looked like on PS2, but that's because it's a cutscene.
Is Chairman Drake?
Yeah. It's the original Chairman Drake, the first ever Ratchet and Clank villain. So right now... It's not a spoiler if it's happening right now, is it?
Not really, no.
Well, basically, straight into it. Haven't left the first planet yet, but you finished it. You're being told what the big plan is for taking apart planets and building a new one. Actually, I'm spoiling this game. I'm spoiling the new one, but I'm not spoiling the old one. Because I don't know that yet.
Maybe that was something because of having played the original one. You know, they were talking about, like, what's this plan? I'm like, I already kind of know what the plan is going to be. I can make a guess, and that's turned out to be what it was. Now, we're not playing game audio at the moment because David was complaining about some sync issues. Which I was seeing before on the PS3. Okay.
Oh, we're both in a cutscene. This feels like this cutscene's been longer. Oh. So, here's the big change. Here's your first real introduction to Clank as controlling him.
So that part that just happened on the original... Actually, no. The part right at the beginning of the game in the original where Clank escapes is, of course, what's happening now.
Yeah, so
it's
already gone and happened.
The moment you just gone through they haven't got to that part yet. Because we'll go back to Valden and you'll find Clank crashed.
So are you gonna bother with all the optional missions?
Probably not.
Well, then I will do one of the optional little segments while I wait.
It could be something... Well, it could be... We could do it to sync up the time, depending on...
Yeah, that's what I mean. So I'll do that while I wait for you to get to Novalis. So when I was playing this...
Well, this is different. Oh, no, maybe it's not different.
When I was playing this segment you're playing at home, my brother was laughing and telling me how it reminded him of Crash Bandicoot. And, like, I get that, but what I want to know is, was Crash really the first to do it? It could have been, considering it was a relatively early PS1 game and they didn't have too much in the way of 3 dimensions.
True, it's not something you'd probably do in 2D, right? So, okay, so we've got Ratchet opening up.
I mean, what I don't mean the whole something chasing you concept. It's more of you running towards the screen.
Yeah.
So, Clank gameplay. You've had your first taste. Mine's not for quite a while still. And I'm not going to bother too much about spoiler alerts for a 14-year-old game. I can't believe this game's that old. It was still only a couple of years old when I started playing. Ooh.
Are we going to get the gold bolts if it's convenient?
Yeah, well, there's several that are like... I won't say it just yet, but we've discussed this already. Well, you guys will see soon. I'm just going to go through this back-end way. See, it's got no question mark objective. It's one thing I do miss from the original games. It's the big question marks that say you've got to go this way. So I'm going through this little loop.
So you're going to be waiting quite a while for me to get to this level.
So I'm going to do this loop.
Oh!
Yeah, see that? Good old-fashioned air bubbles. And good old-fashioned not able to breathe. And no hydro pack. Just as an interesting glitch, on the PS3 version, that little oxygen tank lingers for a while. You can see it just poking off the side of the screen.
Oh, I messed that one up.
I love this cinematic death. It made me think that you were meant to lose.
Yeah, it's like, oh, it's gonna go to a cutscene. Oh,
Yeah, that's what I thought the first time I died.
Now is that might actually?
So we've got our first weapon here, the bomb glove. It's pretty cool. Hated it as a kid because it didn't do huge area of effect damage. It's actually a decent weapon now that I'm older and know how to use it. So yes, I'm sort of taking my time through here, but that's because I'm going to wait for Caleb to catch up.
It's a little bit harder without sound, actually.
Oh, I can't hear how much damage you're taking.
Well, I can't hear, like, normally there's that beeping.
Hmm.
I can't hear that. I can only just watch the red circle.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
So I'm just having fun.
Oh.
So I'm in a cave. There's lots of little things. The wrench is actually really useful on in the first game. I can't think of any Ratchet and Clank game where I use the wrench more. And there's a couple of reasons for that. It's because weapons don't upgrade in Ratchet and Clank 1. And so I don't feel compelled to use weapons to keep them upgrading. But also because the weapon system is less refined. Sometimes it's just easier to whack them with your wrench. Whoa! Totally didn't remember that.
So this is the actual start of the game.
Yeah, this is where Ratchet and Clank 1 starts, basically.
The cinematic, I just picked up Clank. And actually I've skipped, I guess, the usual part. Usually you run
Usually,
a
yeah,
crash
you...
site.
So there,
So
you've...
you started with Clank.
Now, normally in the new games, you get the combustor first and then the fusion grenade, or you get both at once. But obviously, by giving you the fusion grenade first, they're trying to mirror the whole bomb glove feel. But the first Ratchet and Clank game, you didn't realize that. That was...
That makes some sense.
I'm a harsh critic. Yeah, because the fusion grenade in this game actually has a much longer range than usual, and I couldn't help but wonder if that was sort of because the bomb glove had a slightly longer than usual range for a bomb weapon on the original game. So it actually... when playing the original Ratchet and Clank, I never realized how boxed in the levels really were. Because sort of looking down at it now, you can see where the explorable environment ends quite clearly. It actually looks quite Spyro-esque if you ever played the first 3 Spyro games that Insomniac made. And then they just ended up with mountains. Now, something I never saw as a kid was that city in the background. So,
It'd be interesting to compare that view. So
yeah, see if the city's in the background on
you
this.
have to wait for me.
Oh, I have to.
I guess I can switch to my view.
I'll take the pyrocida. Get old.
Because we of course want to compare the plumber.
We want to compare the plumber. Yeah, so you get this cool little weapon cutscene. Now I've got a flamethrower. Now the flamethrower would be really useful in this game if there was a thing called strafing.
Yeah, it was kind of useless, wasn't it?
Yeah, and I had to buy it because it's a reoccurring weapon in the new game.
It can be good if you need to rotate, like lots of
Yeah.
things around you, but
There's actually in a couple of planets a really good place to use it, which I will use it.
is it it's good with marks on.
Yep, with all the sand sharks. So what I'll do is, since Caleb's paused, I'm going to compare the interface. Now, it's not exactly the most beautiful interface. it does the job. But when I remember how limiting the PS1 interfaces were, this is actually pretty cool. I mean, it gives you visuals of the character wearing items.
David, I'd muted my mic. That's why I was quiet. Okay, back online.
Oh, you muted your mic for a while.
That's fine. That's fine. The interfaces. There they are. This one's obviously very modern. I don't know if it's a design thing, but you notice this general interface design. This seems more refined and I don't know if it's high resolution or there are more curves or whatever. Oh, what's this? Oh, I need some ammo.
So,
something I thought was weird was that Clank already had the Hydra pack.
yes.
From the start of the game.
That was weird.
For some reason, he had the Hydra pack.
I can't say I really didn't like it because it really didn't matter, but it was just something that seemed a little inconsistent and not quite true to the original. I mean, it's
like
no big deal.
How did he get it?
Yeah. That's an odd-looking dropship, I've just got to say.
I don't have any ammo for some reason.
Oh, because you've used it all. What other reason could there be?
I have to pick up some ammo.
Yeah, there it is. There's lots of ammo. Lots of ammo. So,
Now, I seem to remember in the first game, the classic Ratchet and Clank, there would always be ammo that wasn't for your gun.
yeah.
I felt like I was constantly getting ammo which wasn't what I needed.
Yeah, and the ammo was very specific. The other thing is, you don't start with full ammo when you buy a weapon, which is annoying. It's just like, oh look, I've got half of the full ammo. Just literally sitting here waiting.
What about with the Rhino?
I don't know, and we're not going to find out on this stream. I'm sorry, but we're not.
Yeah, I wonder how long does it take to get the Rhino?
It depends how good you are at earning bolts.
Like, I was trying to not buy other weapons, just focus on earning bolts for the Rhino.
Yeah, I always used to do that, but it's just like now I sort of want to play the game and just have fun.
Okay, here I am.
Okay, so I'll do the big... Oh! Do you see the difference? The vendor's in a different spot.
Oh, man.
Insomniac getting lazy. So let's look over.
I think one of the levels is completely reversed, actually.
Okay, don't go down, but just see if you can... No, you can't quite see a city. It looks like buildings on yours are more integrated into the world.
So have you got these ships flying around? You got a few.
Mine are just...
Is your stuff on fire like this, or the smoke?
You can see a fire in the background. Yeah, you can see fires. It just doesn't look particularly good. I mean, the smoke there is very stylized.
What about that stream down there? That water.
Oh yeah, man! Look at that water. Isn't it great? Anyway,
it's just
get your raritanium.
The lighting and everything.
Get the raritanium.
The raritanium. Where's the raritanium?
Left. Right. Left. Yeah, it's that.
Oh.
Yeah. Get the raritanium. I'd get some too if it existed in this game.
So we're going to do first plumber.
I'm going to go plumber.
Oh, I can get the... I need to go through this upgrade tutorial. Yeah, thank you.
I'm going to go bumble it, even though I just bought a new weapon.
Yep.
Going to buy the pyrocida. Buy the pyrocida.
I might get the bouncer. Should I get the bouncer?
Oh, it's only 100 bolts.
Because that's the DLC card.
Yeah.
But it's not in the original game. It'll be useful. I'll get it.
The bouncer was the second game, and it's made appearances in different forms, whether it be the bouncer or the bouncer sort of mod. Which...
So we can kind of compare the
So your
Flames.
your ship.
Flame differences.
Look at that. Yeah, bolts are a bit harder to earn in this game, so I'm not going to spend too much.
Prettier this one.
It is. So
Okay.
let's charge. See how this works. I'll wait till you hit the water.
Ah, the water difference.
Yeah.
The lighting
general
difference.
the lighting.
This feels like there's atmosphere here, right? It's just your one.
Yeah, well, it's sort of jarring, and playing through this game was never sort of jarring in that sense until there's this side-by-side comparison. Up you come. So once I'm going to wait for you to catch up because there's something really cool we can both do here.
Well, as I was saying before, like the new one kind of looks like how you remember it looking.
I don't remember it looking that good.
Okay, it didn't look this good, but you remember it being maybe a bit more
Realistic. Okay,
realistic.
so let's
or,
do the wall jump at the same time. Left to right. 3, 2, 1, go.
oh,
I
no.
said left to right.
Oh no.
Go all the way up and then across. So in my game, there's a secret gold bolt here. In his game, there's a secret card pack there. So what I'd like to show you guys is that they have reused most of their secret areas from the first game. So for someone like me who actually could remember where everything was, I was able to find basically everything. Which,
They're using different enemies in these places,
yeah,
which I think makes it more consistent story-wise.
I've got the blag. Although those
Blag.
weird robots that I was fighting do show up. I've
Yeah.
seen them.
But this is a Blag invasion, isn't it? What was the story of the first one? Was it a Blag invasion?
They're here to, I think, steal a chunk of the planet.
But so what were the robots for? Are they Blag?
Well, I'm assuming the blag would send in blag robots so that they didn't lose real blag. So in his, he can just jump across. Me, I've actually got to get wet.
Oh, you can't jump across? Did not have double jump?
I do double jump, I just can't jump across.
Now there is one change that comes later in the game, which I won't spoil, with the jetpack and using the jetpack, the special jetpack ability to unlock certain.
Oh, that is cool.
Like the way they changed it, it just looks
really
cooler. It did look pretty cool in the original, but
Oh wait, I've just gone and killed
it just looks really cool in this one.
Oh, I wish they had more of them.
Okay, I need to get up here.
You can see that the level layout is incredibly similar. It's almost
Even
saddeningly so, but not really.
it's nice in a way. Just it feels like something you've seen before, but
Though the one looks much better than the other. Oh,
is there two doors here? An extra door? Oh, there's the plumber.
Oh, it's different. His pose is different. So I would describe the one on the left as much more meta.
But he's always been meta, the plumber.
He was meta since the second game. That was when he said, I think it was see you in another year or so.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess he isn't really meta in this one. There's nothing to be meta about. Can you imagine if he had said, I'll see you again in the same spot 14 years from now?
That would be pretty cool. No, because it wouldn't be the same spot. It would be it'd be slightly to the left because he was standing here.
Hey, let's take a look around.
I was going to get the info up.
Oh, you haven't got it yet? Oh, yeah.
Oh, did you skip cutscenes?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll skip cutscenes then.
That was something they got rid of. There was a lot of paying for infobots in this one. You know.
There's a lot of paying. There were a lot of paywalls throughout the first two Ratchet and Clanks. I don't remember so many in 3.
Yeah.
I actually never noticed that until now, that there weren't really many paywalls in 3. There was, I remember, especially in 2, where it was 1,000,000 bolts for the Rhino. And I remember thinking, oh yeah.
So there's some extra boxes here.
Yeah, there are too. Okay, we're gonna jump.
Jump from the this point.
Oop. Okay, 3, 2, 1, go.
Wonder which one takes longer.
Yeah.
Okay, there's a little bit of delay on the stream. But
It's a pipe.
we're looking at it in real time. Okay.
And oh, mine was quicker.
You're just it's very close actually.
Second or two.
So the plumber is now this version of the story is now oh, now I have to go save Thingamabob.
Yeah, now we have to go save thingy. So we're gonna 3, 2, 1, go. Oh, too late.
I think mine's much slower.
Yeah, because it's more cinematic. And fair enough, because it really is. I think the big thing to notice is that my ground is like perfectly flat, and anything that deviates from the flat ground is incredibly noticeable, like this thing.
So the enemies for this section are the same though, looks like. Got these little
I don't even know how to describe them.
they're kind of birds.
No idea what they are.
And then these little fat robot guys.
I'm just having fun skilling and killing. Not that I'm really doing any skilling. Okay.
Is there a statue in your one?
If there is... No, there is not. So, mine's still all green and naturey over here, but yours has that nice little platform and stairs to get up, whereas mine's jumping. And there's always something funny about coming to a game like this where you've got to jump up because you think, well, if this is where people are to live, does that mean the inhabitants here just jump? And like, you actually look at these buildings and you don't really think of these things as things people live in, but over on the new one you can see, oh, actually that looks a bit more realistic. Like, you can see someone actually coming through and walking through that. Pardon me?
So we should try and line it up so that I'm slightly ahead, so to account for the stream delay. That would just make it a little bit more. So you just kind of follow what I'm doing, I guess, by a few seconds. Okay, so I'm going to go through here. Oh.
I'll go through too. Nope.
Get to the bridge.
Yeah, I missed the pause on the quick select.
Yeah, there are a lot of annoying things about the first one, which is like, oh, it just makes it kind of unnecessarily hard to play. And they're all just control things.
They should have fixed it in DLC.
Yeah.
Back on the PS2.
Or fixed it in the European version or something.
Oh. That sort of thing can cause outrage.
Have you seen the Japanese ads?
For
Ratchet Clank, just generally?
Oh, they are great. I wish we could have ads like those.
There's some in the Insomniac Museum.
Oh, that's awesome. Did you know that Ratchet and Clank has a very different naming system over in Japan?
What does it
You know
translate
how
to?
over in the States, Ratchet and Clank 2 was called Going Commando?
And I can never understand why they do a different name.
Over here it was called Locked and Loaded. I think it was a censoring issue. No, Going Commando wasn't an appropriate name over here. All their games have that sort of pun to them.
Yeah, they go.
In Japan, it wasn't called Going Commando or Locked and Loaded. It was just called Ratchet and Clank 2.
Man.
And the same with Ratchet and Clank 3. And the same with Gladiator.
So you have no enemies in that?
No, I
no,
don't.
no, okay,
They're coming down.
These guys are...
So one of these weird pseudo-cinematic moments. You can't move during them. Double tap triangle, and you can get your weapon to switch, which is cool because it makes your quick select flash as well, which is totally what you want.
Did you like the quick select on the arrow keys? This game?
I didn't even notice.
It was one of the things I added. So I used to have it so Mr. Zircon would be on the down arrow.
Oh.
So I could just be running along, hit the down arrow, and Mr. Zircon comes out. So you could choose up to 4 weapons.
You're telling me I played through a whole game and didn't notice.
There was a little tutorial thing.
I missed it.
Man, no, you missed out.
Maybe it was a quick select tutorial, and it was just like, I know how the quick select works.
No, you don't. They've changed it.
Every Ratchet and Clank game.
Can you imagine if they had brought back the really annoying things, like not pausing and quick select? And there's other stuff like not being able to have multiple pages in quick select, and so you have to go into the menu to select the item that you want, and like, which just feels really.
So the difference was I got the infobot to see Skid up the top, and I'm now getting a infobot from Metropolis. No, I'll just skip that.
Gotta get out of here. Oh, it's a gate.
Yeah, you got a fancy gate.
And look at that
I get
gate.
a silly bridge. That's all I get.
Well, this is a bridge. Look at that water. Can you swim in this?
Yeah, I did that.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I didn't know about those.
Wow.
For comparison, because I don't have a Hydro pack, I can't swim against the current, and everything became blue. Nice little pond.
Well, it's blue in mine as well.
Well, it's got more of a green.
It's much more realistic.
Yeah.
So I won't go through that other little section because you've already done it.
Yeah. The gold bolt.
And that's optional. That's optional.
Yeah,
So
the gold bolt in that cave section has also been replaced by a pack of cards or something. Oh, there's bolts just chilling here. I'll take those. And ammo. I like ammo. Yeah, I am a cheapskate at heart with these games.
So what happens next?
We're gonna go to Metropolis or Kerwan or whatever they want to call it. But I think we might need to have dinner or something.
This might be a good time to finish the first episode.
So we're gonna probably grab something to eat. The stream will continue, or if you're watching this in the future, then you can just skip straight to the next episode and not care about what we're doing with our lives at all.
Yeah, so that's kind of the first section. Taking a look at some of the comparisons. We can compare the ship. Obviously,
yours looks cooler.
Yeah, it looks a little bit cooler. They had many ships in the first one.
Yeah, we just
constantly
lost the first,
switching ship.
and this is the
but
second. Although you never actually go press triangle to enter that other ship. I'm not sure why we had to keep changing ships. It was just
because story.
Yeah, it's just a weird thing. I think the artists are like, let's have more ships. Ships are cool. Yeah.
So yeah, that's the first episode. Thank you for watching.
Yeah, and we'll leave the stream sort of going, I guess.
Yeah, we'll see you again next time for watching recorded version in episode 2, where we continue our comparison of Ratchet and Clank 2016 Reimagine and the classic 2002 Ratchet and Clank. They're just showing off the PlayStation 2 graphics.
Yeah, which was the big thing. Like, I'm just looking at the environment for Metropolis as far as this PS2 game goes. And I'm sitting here actually thinking, well, coming from PS1, this would have looked absolutely amazing. So it does, still.